What the heck are Roman numerals in music? In a couple of my videos about 7 chords, I talked about something called a 2-5-1, and I use Roman numerals to write 2-5-1. And some of you may have been wondering what those Roman numerals are even all about or what they mean. So we're going to talk about that today. So Roman numerals are basically just another way of analyzing music. But instead of saying what specific chord we're playing, we're talking about how that chord relates to the key that we're in. So let's say that we're in C major. If we're going to use Roman numerals to analyze music in C major, all we have to do is think about the C major scale and scale degrees. So any chord based on C is going to be labeled as 1, it's the first note of the scale. Any chord based on D is going to be labeled as 2, the second note of the scale. 3 for E, 4 for F, 5 for G, 6 for A, and 7 for B, because then we arrive back at C. So the 1 chord in C major is going to be C major. The 1 chord is our home chord, our center of gravity, or as theorists would say, the tonic. And so whenever we see a 1 in C major, that's going to mean, well, C major. If we were to have a chord based on G, well, G is the 5th note of the scale, so we would label a G major chord as 5. The other thing you may have noticed is that some of the Roman numerals I've written are uppercase and some are lowercase. That tells us whether the chord is major or minor. For example, if we look at the 2 chord in C major, it's D minor. It's written as a lowercase 2, whereas C major, major chord, is written as an uppercase 1. So a 2-5-1 is basically saying a minor chord based on the 2nd note, a major chord based on the 5th note, and a major chord based on the 1st note, our key. So a 2-5-1 basically just means that, and we can add 7ths. So we would have D minor, D minor 7, written as 2, G major or G7, written as 5, and C major. I'm playing a C major 7, but it's based on a C major chord, so we'd write it as a 1. You may have noticed in that last example that for the major 7 chord, I was using this delta symbol, or the triangle. In my next video, I'm going to talk about these symbols that we sometimes see when we're analyzing chords, so stay tuned for that.